How much does it cost me to live per month for the basic level, the vitality level, and the financial freedom level, right? We've talked about that numerous times on numerous calls. What's it cost me per month to live? What's my number? Best way to figure that out, personal P&L. If you got someone doing a P&L, if you've got QuickBooks, you should be doing a personal P&L with your personal expenses in it. And don't forget to put in what we call grateful business expenses. There's everybody on this call, including myself, that has things that I get to run through my business, legitimate business expenses that if I didn't have a business, I would have to pay for, whether that's my medical, whether that's my cell phone, whether that's my fuel, my travel, my education, whatever that is. You need to go through your work P&L, your business P&L, and add that not to your personal P&L, but take your personal P&L for those things you can't run through your business, your groceries, your mortgage, and all that good stuff, and add in those grateful business expenses to come up with your number. Once you know what your number is, now what's your security fund? Whatever number of months Mama says you need to have in the bank in case the zombie apocalypse comes, and hey, I don't know about you, but I'll never forget the day I sat in front of the TV with Governor Newsom on the TV saying California is shut down because of COVID. I will never forget that day. My heart fell in my stomach. I was like, I had that holy you-know-what moment before it's the words essential business came out of his mouth or came out of anybody's mouth. There was that 10 minutes where I was panicking and my phone was blowing up with text messages from the leaders of my company saying, are you watching this? Are you watching this? How is this going to affect us? What are we going to do? You know what? There was a moment in time that froze, and I will never forget that. That could happen for any of us. And if they had shut us down, what if we owned a restaurant? What if we owned a gym? What if we owned a hair salon? That time came for those people, right? They weren't essential. Although I was doing hair salon deals in back alleys where I was sneaking in the back door of my hair salon to get a haircut. Anybody remember those days? So it was funny. They had all the windows taped up with paper so no one could see what was going on inside. You had to have a secret password to get in the back door. It's crazy, man. But anyways.
So the politicians.
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But what happened? So back to the security fund. What happens if that happens again? Right? What happens if some catastrophic event, your building burns down and you don't have that income? That's what the security fund is. For Claudia, that's 18 months. So for me, it's like 6 days. I'd be great, but Claudia can't sleep at night with 6 days worth of revenue in the bank account, right? So everybody needs to figure out what that is for them, right? What's your security fund, right? Number 2 is the funds that you have to, once you get outside of that, the funds that you have to invest, and then you start figuring out asset allocation and where that money's going to go, right? So you might have a different fund. You might have a fund for the grandkids' school. If you don't have a 529 going, maybe you've got something else that you're stacking cash for, that you're going to build a fund for that. You're not going to touch that money. You're not going to risk that money. So the money we're talking about investing, even in things that I have advantages with, that's money that I can afford to lose. I would not be happy if I lost it, but I can afford to lose it. If I had to lose it, it's not going to change my future. I will tell you, I'm going to segue. Any questions about all of that? I've been ramming a little bit. It's a great topic. It's great to revisit it a little bit, because if you're like me, you had to hear it 20 times to really get it. But remember, these are different buckets, right? When I worked in my business, even when I was down to 20 hours a week and the rest of my time was on real estate and other things, it was an active investment for me. My business was an active investment, right? So we're talking about passive investments and passive residual investments that continue to come in without me doing a whole lot. Some of my real estate portfolio is active. because I am an active general partner on the deal, and I spend more than 10 hours a month working on certain deals. So some of them are, if I were completely transparent, some of those are active investments for me. And then a large majority are passive, where I'm not having to work for that income to come in.